Final acting sections, another person who I've been wanting to see for fucking ages is absolute darling, you love him. Being on the stage, wonderful, Marvel C!
Yes, that was Blink-182. I'd like to thank Johnny first for pointing me out to be a gender minority today. Never had the chance of being a minority. We had to cancel the gig. Johnny mentioned it earlier. We had to cancel the gig in May due to COVID because Johnny and their partner was ill with COVID. I was a fucking victim of the whole situation because I was stranded in Halifax. I'd like to thank Umbi as well. Great opener. Can we all give a round of applause Umbi again? Ever the example that emos love goths and goths hate emos. So we should first off address the blue-haired elephant in the room. This is not a midlife crisis. It's just my daddy never loved me. And you know what I always hate is, especially people in the LGBTQIA+ community, is the nasty thing people like in that community will hear is, oh, are you sure? Or is it just a phase? You'll grow out of it. Surely it's just a phase. Emos don't go that level of respect. They go to phase, you'll grow out of it, and if you stick with it, they're just like, oh, I'm giving up on him right now. And those are the same dads who are like, oh, LGBTQIA+, why don't they just stick with LGBT? And then the same dads as well that will go, in football, there's such a difference between 4-4-2 and 4-3-3. It's a major difference, you have to understand it. Now, for those who didn't hear my name or too embarrassed to pronounce it, my name is Amapal Singh and I suffer with low self-esteem. Everyone with low self-esteem? Yeah! You don't want the extroverts to hear you. That's how they get you. Honestly, my mental health is way through the window at the moment. I mean, I compare myself and overthink absolutely everything. And I compare myself to things that shouldn't even matter. Like, this is a true fact. Did you know dogs can learn up to 146 words in any language? And I don't speak a single word of dog. Cocky cocker spaniels, aren't they? Now, generally, recently, I got laser eye surgery, and I know it's an elective procedure, so I was like, oh, I now can't have a go at people who have elective procedures, whether it be like breast implants, liposuctions, Botox. I mean, I can still make fun of people who have Botox, because I can't tell if they're angry or surprised. But you know what, I had the laser eye surgery, my eyes were generally hurting, so I did the most responsible thing ever and drove my family to Barnard Castle. Yeah, I bloody hate my mental health. I was trying my best to sort of curb it, so I started doing therapy. Now that's a fucking scam. Because I ended up spending £100 to tell someone my problems, when I could come here and tell you guys it for free. I've really looked out with it. So as you can tell from my skin tone, I am from Bradford. I love that joke so much, especially when we're full of white people. You're like, yeah! We had a pool going, we thought it was Birmingham or Bradford, we got it right! But you know, it's the same with gender identity, sexuality identity, and race. We all have our small burdens that we have to deal with in life. They all come in different stages and different things, like what affects one person doesn't affect another. The major thing that really hurt me when I was growing up, and especially when I hit my puberty, was the amount of acceptable beard hair I could have before things got a bit dicey at the airport. So at the moment I've settled on the Ali G. Any thicker it becomes the Al-Qaeda, and things get really stressful at that point. Now from Bradford, our airport is Leeds Bradford, and I've had two major incidents at Leeds Bradford Airport. The first of all was me and my friends, just after A-levels, we were going to go off on holiday, and we didn't plan it, obviously, but we were flying out the day after the Madrid bombings, to Madrid. Not the best planning, but it's not like the terrorists called me up and went, oh wait, Amapal, have you got a flight going tomorrow, yeah? Oh, I'd hold off on it, mate. Move it a month. So I get there with my friends, and there's 6 of us. Now 3 of us get searched and 3 don't. And I know what you're thinking, you're going, Amapal, that seems fair, that seems random. Like, you've got a line here, 3 search, 3 not. Now what I was telling you on the non-search side was Megan Oliver and Peter. And on the other side, Amapal, Aslan and Taib. Can you work out which side of that line saw the wrong end of a rubber glove? Now the difficulty I had is my sister was over in India, and she was flying back, and me and all my family came to meet her, and she was coming through the gate, so we were sort of trying to get her attention, and I was there like, Isis, come on, come join us, we're all waiting for your Isis. I mean, it's not my fault my sister's Shamina Begum, like, it's not my fault at all. Now, the problem was, with Priti Patel coming into power, I was like, right, so I was born in this country, I live in this country, I got a job in this country, I had the same skin tone as Priti, so clearly she wants to deport me. So I did the first thing Priti didn't think about. I married a white woman. Priti never thought of that, did she? So me and my wife, we wanted to have one of those beautiful caramel babies. Now, what I love when I tell that joke is no one laughs, but you can all picture that caramel baby. Yeah, that same baby you can find in the middle aisle of Aldi during the summer. The problem with my first child, though, is she came out a little undercooked. Which isn't a problem for me whatsoever, but when I take her to soft play, and all the Karens are there, and they just see an Asian man chasing a screaming white child, things get intense. But it's alright, generally, we all have a laugh about it. By the time the police are there, we're all just laughing at complete misunderstanding. So what I do now is I carry a picture in my pocket just to show proof of purchase. I'll totally be there like, officers, if I could just get to my wallet, I have proof I purchased a child. That's a really bad phrase, I mean, I really so yeah, do we have any parents in the audience? Do we have any non-parents in the audience? They're so much happier than us, aren't they? Did you say you're a parent? Or you're a parent? How many kids do you have?
Just one.
Just the one? How old?
20.
20, okay, so you've gone through the ringer, haven't you? You've seen the highs and lows. I've got a 4-year-old, she's a cunt. What else I love about that joke is the parents laugh, and they're like, oh yeah, our kids are cunts, so the people that don't have kids are like, yes! We knew it! So I got this little cunt, and you know what? Sometimes I tell that joke and people just go, and I'm like, you haven't met the bitch, okay? But literally, she came up to me a few days ago and she put a sticker on my chest, and I looked at it, and it was a star and it said, well done. And I was like, oh darling, why did I get this sticker for? And she went, I gave you this sticker because you're my dad.
Aww.
The bare fucking minimum. I put a roof over her head. I paid for everything she could ever want, but the fact that I ejaculated in her mother means I'm a good dad. If anything, it's a participation award at the end of the day. But the worst thing was, that the story I hate more than ever, and I took her to Whitby, because that's what you do when you're from Bradford and you want to act a bit middle class, you take them to Whitby. So I'm driving up the road, pay for petrol, contactless, drinks, contactless, and we get there. But the fact Whitby's Whitby, the public toilets next to the car park, it's all coin operated. And I'm like, fuck, I haven't got any change. Who carries change anymore? And my little girl came up to me with a little coin purse and gave me £1 and said, there you go, Daddy, you can do a poo. It's adorable, but I'm there standing there going, well, I have a job, I have a mortgage, I have a pension, but apparently my bowel movements are dictated by a toddler. So I did the thing every parent does. I went, if you behave on this holiday, I'll get you a present. Did she behave? Did she fuck? And the whole day she was absolute terror, but I took her in a shop and I was doing the new modern family sort of thing, going, okay darling, only recyclable plastic toys and wooden toys, we're thinking of the environment. And she picked up something called unicorn poo. Which is the most disgusting, like, will destroy in the car 5 minutes after starting. And we literally, she will not have anything else, and she burst out crying. So now the Karens see me dragging a white child out of the shop crying. It was bad. So I slammed it on the counter. The child, not the toy, and as soon as I bought the toy, she absolutely stopped crying. And as we walk out the shop, I just go through gritted teeth. You cheered up, haven't you? And she just went, Daddy, the tears magically went away. Apparently, I didn't have a door, I had a drag queen. Due to the fact she's white and have any fucking beard she chooses. I've been out of things. Thank you so much for having me.